Howdy. Apparently, you're still working on the whole PMI-RMP thing. Good for you. Good for you. That's great stuff. And just wanted to let you know, I've gotten a little more email traffic on what's going on with the PMI-RMP. Wanted to share with you some of the latest dirt, as it were. For one, if you're taking the exam, you can expect a couple of questions related to the risk profile. Ooh. Excuse me, Carl? Yes. What exactly is a risk profile? I'm so glad you asked. A risk profile is how your organization is willing to take risk in terms of cost, in terms of scope, and in terms of time. Those are basically the elements that go into a risk profile. You would want to make sure that you've ascertained exactly just how much your risk tolerances are and where the thresholds are going to be set. And again, make sure you know the distinction between a tolerance, the point beyond which your organization will not go, and a threshold, the point at which your organization goes, this is going to be a problem. So that's one. That's one thing to get concerned about. Another issue that came up on the RMP exam, communication flow in a functional organization. Now, let's talk about that. How does communication flow in a functional organization? Well, it flows like other things, downhill. Yeah, exactly. So that's a big part of this. You do need to recognize that communications flows downhill. And you've heard that before. And the point here being that when it comes to communications and comes to dealing with communications issues on your project and dealing with risks associated with communication and risk communication, in a functional organization, there's one fundamental rule. You follow the chain of command. Every time, that's exactly what you do. You always just bump, bump, bump. Do we ever circumvent the chain of command to expedite communication in a functional organization? No! That would be panic-driven. That would be insane. And we would never think of doing such a thing were we certified risk management professionals. Now, one other element that came in recently, and that was talking about control charts and quality control. Now, if you don't know how to read a control chart, that's going to be a problem to begin with. But the basic function of a control chart is so that you can look for trends. You are looking for trends in a control chart. And specifically, one of the things you want to make sure that you understand is that when you're looking at a control chart, you're dealing with, for one, the rule of 7. Anytime you see 7 or more data points exhibiting a trend, you know what you want to do? You want to investigate. It's a cause for investigation. It's exactly what you would do. As a good risk manager, that's precisely what you would do. And you'll also want to make sure that you have some sense of respecting the difference between quality control and quality assurance. Quality control is micro. It's done at the worker bee level. It's when we're looking at the actual outputs. And quality assurance is when we're looking at the process. And if there's going to be a problem with quality control, we look at how to fix the widget. If there's going to be a problem with quality assurance, we look, where did the system fail? That's the big question there. And those are just a couple of the things that you want to keep track of if you happen to be sitting for the PMI-RMP exam. We'll have some more coming up shortly.